All right, let's dive right in to this deep dive with a real head scratcher today.
Yeah, a collection of football facts that sounds so wild, I had to check they were real myself.
I know, right? They seem almost made up.
Uh-huh, exactly. Straight out of fever dream territory.
So we're tackling a YouTube video today called 15 Football Facts that sound fake, but are actually true.
From the channel Goal 90.
Yep, Goal 90. So if you want to check it out yourselves, head over to YouTube and give it a watch.
And by the end of this deep dive with us,
You'll be dropping some serious football knowledge bombs.
knowledge bombs, I like that.
Enough to make anyone think you're like a walking, talking football encyclopedia.
Or that you spend way too much time on football Twitter.
Okay, so first up is a stat that's got me completely baffled.
Hit me with it.
Philipp Lahm, the legendary German defender, went a whole 13 months.
13 months.
13 months.
Yeah.
Without a single foul in the Bundesliga.
Wow, that's over a year of top-tier football, week in, week out. Not even a tiny little slip-up.
Right, for any player, that's kind of crazy.
But for a defender,
Defenders are always in the thick of it, tackling, jostling.
you'd expect them to be racking up fouls left, right, and center.
Exactly. So how is it even possible to go that long without a single foul?
I mean, were the refs just, like, missing things?
Or were they just in awe of Lahm's brilliance?
Maybe a bit of both. But seriously, Lahm was known for his incredible discipline.
Ah, so it's not just luck, it's skill, too.
Absolutely. He read the game so well, he anticipated moves before they even happened.
So he was always one step ahead.
Exactly. Rarely caught out of position.
And when he did tackle, it was precise, almost surgical.
Like a surgeon with a scalpel.
But instead of a scalpel, it's his foot.
Haha, precisely. So Lahm's record, it really is a testament to his intelligence on the pitch.
So it's not just about being a tough defender, it's about being a smart defender.
Exactly. Brains over brawn in this case.
All right, speaking of clean records, let's move on to a player who took a very different approach.
Okay, who are we talking about?
Gary Lineker, who incredibly went his entire career without a yellow card.
No way. Not even a yellow.
Nope, not a single one.
And what about a red card?
Not a single red card either.
Wow, that's really something. I mean, Lineker was known for his clinical finishing, his positioning in the box.
Not exactly the kind of player known for, rough tackles.
Not a bruiser, that's for sure.
So we've got two completely different players here, Lahm and Lineker,
Two different paths to success.
but both achieving this unbelievable clean sheet record in their own way.
It really makes you think, can you be a truly great player without picking up cards?
Right, is it even possible?
I mean, it's certainly not a requirement.
And then you've got someone like Sergio Ramos, notorious for racking up reds at club level.
Oh yeah, Ramos, Mr. Red Card.
But get this, he never received a single red card playing for Spain.
Wait, seriously? The same Sergio Ramos known for his, let's say, passionate tackles.
The one and only. Seems like playing for his country brought out a different side of him.
You think it was the pressure, the weight of those national expectations?
Maybe. Or maybe he just really, really loves wearing that red Spain jersey.
Maybe that's it. He doesn't want to see any other shade of red.
Okay, so moving on to a stat that is just truly, truly mind-boggling.
All right, lay it on me.
Both Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Cristiano Ronaldo have scored in every single minute of a football game.
Hold on, every minute, like literally every minute on the clock.
Every single minute, from the opening seconds to those dying moments of stoppage time.
Wow, just let that sink in for a moment. It's incredible.
Think about the sheer improbability of it.
All the different game scenarios, the pressure, the time ticking away.
It's not just about scoring a lot of goals, it's about being able to score in any situation.
A free kick in the 90th minute, a penalty in the 3rd, a tap-in the 45th.
To have that level of consistency over so many years.
It's almost superhuman.
And don't forget the variety of goals they've scored.
Oh yeah, headers, volleys, penalties, those long-range screamers.
To have found the net in every way imaginable.
It shows just how versatile they are as footballers.
It's like they've mastered every aspect of goal scoring.
You've got it all in their locker.
Speaking of Ronaldo, did you know that in 2016,
This is going to be good.
he ended the year with more trophies than games lost?
No way.
That's Ronaldo in a nutshell.
Winning is in his DNA.
That year, he won the Champions League, the Euros, the UEFA Super Cup, and the Club World Cup.
And all while losing how many games?
Just 3. Throughout the entire year.
That's a level of dominance I can't even comprehend.
Like, he's not just a player, he's a winning machine.
It speaks to his drive, his dedication.
And also the impact he has on his teams.
His individual brilliance translates to collective success.
Okay, get ready for a fact that's so outrageous it sounds made up.
Okay, hit me with it.
If Bayern Munich had conceded every single shot on target during the 2013-14 Bundesliga season.
Every single one.
Yep, every single shot on target.
That's crazy talk.
They still would have won the league.
What? How is that even possible?
Their attack was just that devastating.
So their strategy was basically, we'll just outscore everyone no matter what.
Pretty much. They were scoring goals for fun.
It's like a no defense, all offense approach.
Makes you wonder, is it better to be incredible in one area, like Bayern's attack?
Or is it better to be more balanced across the board?
Where's the sweet spot for building a winning team?
That's a tough question. Every team has its own philosophies, strengths, and weaknesses.
But there's no denying Bayern's attacking prowess. That season was legendary.
Absolutely legendary.
Okay, time for some truly unexpected goal-scoring stats.
Okay, let's hear him.
John Terry.
The Chelsea legend.
Yep, John Terry, the defender, has more Premier League goals for Chelsea than Iniesta has for Barcelona in La Liga.
Wait, hold on. A defender with more goals than Iniesta?
You heard that right.
How is that even possible? Was he secretly a striker in disguise or something?
I guess so. Terry racked up a whopping 41 goals in the Premier League.
For a defender, that's an incredible number.
So it's not just about those beautiful, skillful goals.
It's about being a threat in the box, using your physicality, anticipating those chances.
Terry was an absolute beast in the air, especially from set pieces.
And it highlights just how important every player is, even those who are mainly there to defend.
Right. They can still contribute to the scoreline in a big way.
Exactly. Every goal counts, no matter who scores it.
All right. Get ready for a goal-scoring record that is pure skill and nothing else.
I'm all ears.
Hugo Sanchez, in the 1989-90 La Liga season, scored 38 goals.
38 goals, that's already amazing.
But here's the kicker.
Okay, what's the kicker?
All of them, every single one, were first-touch finishes.
No way. Talk about efficiency.
To score that many goals all with a single touch is just unreal.
It's a testament to his technique, his instinct, his reading of the game.
To know you're so good you don't even need a second touch, that's next-level confidence.
It's not just confidence, it's precision, knowing exactly where the ball's going and striking it perfectly.
Now for a stat that might make you question everything you thought you knew about football.
All right, I'm ready to be mind blown.
Theo Walcott has more Champions League goals than Ronaldo Nazario,
The Brazilian Ronaldo.
the one and only.
Whoa, hold on a second. Theo Walcott. More goals than Ronaldo in the Champions League.
I know, it sounds crazy, but it's true.
That doesn't seem right.
He also has more Champions League goals than Zinedine Zidane
Zidane? No way.
and Alexis Sanchez.
I mean, Walcott's good, but is he really that good?
Well, it's a bit more nuanced than just looking at pure talent.
I figured there had to be more to it.
Walcott has benefited from a long career,
Yeah.
consistently playing in the Champions League with Arsenal.
So it's not just about individual brilliance, it's about longevity, consistency, and being part of a team that performs well in Europe.
Exactly. It shows that individual stats don't always tell the whole story.
There are so many factors at play.
All right, ready for another young Neymar fact that'll blow your mind.
Hit me with it.
He reached the top 10 of the Ballon d'Or before he even played in Europe.
Whoa, seriously, before he even set foot on a European pitch.
That's right. And to top it off, he won La Liga Player of the Month before Messi did.
Wow, so Neymar was already making waves in Brazil, attracting global attention.
And when he finally landed in Europe, he just exploded onto the scene.
Didn't skip a beat.
It's a testament to his raw talent, his ability to adapt to new challenges.
Joining a club like Barcelona with the weight of expectations, playing alongside Messi.
It's a lot to handle for a young player, but Neymar seemed to thrive under pressure.
It's like pressure fuels him, makes him even better.
All right, let's dive into some team and tournament surprises now, starting with this. Spain won the 2010 World Cup by scoring only 8 goals in the entire tournament.
8 goals? That can't be right.
It's true. It's the lowest number of goals ever scored by a World Cup winning team.
Wow, it really shows that it's not always about outscoring your opponents. Sometimes it's about outsmarting them.
Spain mastered that art of control, didn't they?
Oh yeah, their tiki-taka style of play was mesmerizing.
All about possession, patience, discipline.
They strangled the opposition, limited their chances, and then capitalized on their own opportunities, however few there were.
It's like a chess match on the pitch.
Every pass, every movement, carefully calculated.
And it defied that conventional wisdom that you need to score a ton of goals to win big tournaments.
They proved that sometimes less is more.
Okay, now for a story, that sounds like something out of a Hollywood movie.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Real Madrid played their B team in the 1980 Copa del Rey final.
What? Hold on, their B team.
Yeah, reserve team, Castilla, had this crazy run in the tournament.
They must have been seriously good.
They were, knocking out top-flight teams left and right.
And they ended up facing their own senior team in the final.
Yep, talk about an awkward family reunion.
So Real Madrid was basically guaranteed to win the trophy no matter what.
How did this even happen?
Back then, the rules allowed reserve teams to compete in the Copa del Rey.
So Castilla took full advantage, showcasing the depth of Real Madrid's youth system.
Imagine being a young player on that Castilla team.
Facing the biggest stars in the world, your own club's legends, in the final of a major cup.
It must have been an incredible experience, nerve-wracking and exhilarating at the same time.
All right, let's shift our focus to some English football quirks now.
Okay, let's hear it.
Chelsea has been relegated more times than they've won the Premier League.
What? Seriously, I thought they were like one of the most successful English clubs.
They are in recent years, but they've had their ups and downs.
So how many relegations are we talking about?
6, compared to 5 Premier League titles.
Wow, that's quite a contrast.
It's a good reminder that football is constantly evolving.
Fortunes can change quickly, and teams need to adapt to stay competitive.
Okay, here's a stat that'll make you laugh.
All ears.
Steve Bruce, the tough tackling defender, was Manchester United's top scorer in the 1999-1 season.
Oh, wait, what? A defender?
Yep, Steve Bruce, outscoring all the strikers.
Did he have a secret goal-scoring weapon we didn't know about?
Maybe. He bagged an impressive 19 goals that season.
Shows that sometimes a player's contribution can go beyond their traditional role.
And that you can't judge a player by their position alone.
All right, now for a lighthearted anecdote to end this section on a fun note.
Hit me with it.
Sunderland once included a no space travel clause in a player's contract.
What? No space travel?
Yep. It was in Stefan Schwartz's contract.
Seriously? Why on earth would they include that?
Apparently, the chairman was worried about Schwartz's interest in space travel.
You mean like actually going to space?
It seems so. He was concerned it might interfere with Schwartz's footballing commitment.
So they banned him from becoming an astronaut. Did they think he was going to blast off to the moon and miss a match?
It seems like it. It's one of those weird and wonderful things you find in football contracts.
Well, that's just classic football for you, always full of surprises.
Both on and off the pitch, never a dull moment.
We've covered some incredible ground in this first part of our deep dive.
We have, and we've still got so much more to explore. And we're back for more of these crazy football facts.
Picking up right where we left off. Ready to uncover more of those stats and stories that just sound way too good to be true.
Like, how are some of these even real?
I know, right? It's wild. But that's what makes this deep dive so fun.
Absolutely. Unearthing these hidden gems of football history.
Okay, so last time we were talking about some pretty wild team and tournament facts.
Yeah, some real head scratchers.
And one that really stuck with me was Real Madrid, playing their B team in the 1980 Copa del Rey final.
Oh, yeah, that was a crazy one. Imagine that happening today.
It's like something out of a movie, right? The underdogs making this improbable run.
And then facing their own senior team in the final. Talk about a David versus Goliath situation.
It's just mind-boggling how that even happened.
It really speaks volumes about the quality of Real Madrid's youth system back then.
To have a reserve team capable of reaching the final of a major cup competition.
It's extraordinary. Shows the depth of talent they had.
All right, let's shift gears a bit and talk about a team known for their tactical genius.
Okay, who are we thinking of?
Spain. Remember we talked about how they won the 2010 World Cup by scoring only 8 goals in the entire tournament?
Yeah, I still can't get over that stat.
8 goals. It's the lowest number ever scored by a World Cup winning team. It's crazy.
But it's a perfect example of how it's not always about outscoring your opponent.
It's about outsmarting them.
Exactly. Spain, they were masters of control. They dictated the pace of the game.
Their style of play, tiki-taka, it was almost hypnotic to watch.
So much patience, discipline, and precision.
They just strangled the opposition, limited their chances.
And then, bam! They'd capitalize on their own opportunities, however few there were.
It's interesting because it goes against that idea that you need to be this goal-scoring machine to win big tournaments.
Right. Like you need to be racking up goals left and right.
Spain proved that there are multiple paths to victory.
Sometimes it's about being the smartest team on the pitch, not necessarily the one with the most firepower.
Okay, let's switch back to those English football quirks now.
Okay, what do we got?
We talked about how Chelsea has been relegated more times than they've won the Premier League.
Yeah, I remember that. 6 relegations compared to 5 titles? It's a wild stat.
It's hard to believe now, seeing how dominant they've been in recent years.
Right. They're like a completely different team now.
But it just goes to show that even the biggest clubs can experience those ups and downs.
Football is cyclical. Fortunes can change quickly.
And teams that were once at the top can find themselves struggling.
It's a constant battle to stay competitive.
Okay, now for a stat that really highlights the unpredictable nature of football.
Hit me with it.
Steve Bruce.
As in Steve Bruce, the manager.
Yep, that's Steve Bruce. But this is back when he was a player.
Okay, so what did he do?
He was Manchester United's top scorer in the 1990 and 91 season.
Wait, what? Steve Bruce, the defender.
The one and only. He outscoring all the strikers on that star-studded Manchester United team.
I mean, Bruce was a good player, but I never thought of him as a prolific goal scorer.
Right. It's just one of those things that makes you scratch your head and go, huh.
So how many goals did he score that season?
A cool 19 goals in all competitions.
Wow, that's actually pretty impressive for a center back.
It just goes to show that sometimes a player's contribution can go beyond their traditional role.
Right, you can't just put players in a box and expect them to stay there.
And sometimes the most unexpected players can step up and become heroes.
Absolutely. Football is full of surprises.
Okay, ready for another one of those lighthearted anecdotes?
Always. Those are my favorites.
So remember how we were talking about unusual contract clauses?
Oh, yeah, like the one with Stefan Schwartz and Sunderland.
Right, the no space travel clause, that was a classic.
What was it about again? Remind me.
So basically, Sunderland's chairman at the time was worried about Schwartz's interest in space travel.
Wait, seriously? Like actual space travel?
Yeah, he was concerned it might interfere with Schwartz's footballing duties.
Did they think he was going to hop on a rocket and miss a match or something?
I guess so. They wanted to make sure he was focused on playing football, not exploring the cosmos.
I mean, it's a bit ridiculous, but it's also kind of funny.
It definitely adds a bit of color to the world of football contracts.
Some of them are just so bizarre.
Well, that's football for you. Never a dull moment, both on and off the pitch.
And there are always more surprises waiting to be uncovered.
We've covered some truly mind-boggling stuff in this part of our deep dive.
We have, from improbable cup runs to surprising goal scorers and those quirky contract clauses.
But we're not done yet. There are even more surprising stats and stories waiting to be uncovered.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what else we've got lined up.
All right, welcome back to our final act of this Football Facts deep dive.
It's amazing how many of these stats I didn't know.
Right. Football history is just full of surprises.
So what crazy facts have we got lined up for this last part?
Well, let's pick up where we left off with those mind-boggling goal-scoring feats.
Yes, those unbelievable records.
We were talking about Zlatan and Ronaldo scoring in every single minute of a game.
It's such a wild stat when you think about it.
Yeah. To have found the net in literally every minute of a match, from the first whistle to those last seconds of stoppage time.
It's like they have this internal clock reminding them to score in a specific minute.
Maybe they do. Or maybe it's just that insatiable hunger for goals.
Whatever it is, it's clearly working for them.
And speaking of goal scoring from unexpected places, remember John Terry, the defender, having more Premier League goals than Iniesta?
Yeah, that one still blows my mind.
It's crazy to think that a center back, known for his defensive strength, could outscore a midfield maestro like Iniesta.
It's like those basketball players who can play every position. They're not limited by their traditional roles.
Exactly. They contribute in so many different ways.
And in football, it just shows the importance of versatility, being able to adapt and make a difference beyond your usual position.
All right, now for a record that's pure skill, pure precision, Hugo Sanchez, back in the 1989-90 La Liga season.
38 goals that season, if I remember correctly.
38 goals, and here's the kicker. All of them were first-touch finishes.
Wow, he made it look so effortless.
Was he even human? Maybe a robot programmed to score goals with maximum efficiency.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But seriously, it just shows his incredible technique, his ability to read the game and anticipate those plays.
He was a master of his craft.
Okay, one more time. Let's talk about Theo Walcott having more Champions League goals than Ronaldo, Zidane, and Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah, it's one of those stats that gets people talking, debating who's truly the best.
It's like finding out your neighbor, who plays in the Sunday League, has scored more goals than Messi.
But like we said before, it's about more than just individual talent.
It's about longevity, consistency, being part of a successful team that consistently plays in the Champions League.
It's a reminder that football is a team sport, and individual stats don't always paint the full picture.
All right, let's wrap things up with Neymar.
Ah, yes. The Brazilian superstar.
Remember, he reached the top 10 of the Ballon d'Or before he even played in Europe.
It's crazy how good he was at such a young age.
And he even won La Liga Player of the Month before Messi did.
He was already making waves in Brazil, and then when he arrived in Europe, he took it to another level.
It's a testament to his natural ability and his dedication to the game.
And his confidence, too. He wasn't afraid of the big stage.
Well, there you have it, folks. That brings us to the end of our deep dive into these amazing football facts.
It's been a wild ride through football history.
From unbelievable goal-scoring records to surprising team achievements and even those quirky contract clauses, we've explored it all.
I've learned so much.
Me too. Hopefully you at home have enjoyed the journey as well.
Maybe you've even picked up some trivia to impress your friends.
So until next time, keep exploring the beautiful game, keep questioning, and keep the passion for football alive.
And remember, there are always more surprises waiting to be uncovered in the world of football.